You know, it wasn't like I was whipping out a broadsword and heading up the hill to fight my way through the executives again. It was new leadership would come in and I would go do the song and dance.
In the ever-shifting, often unpredictable, and undeniably glamorous world of Hollywood, where reputations can be made or broken in an instant and where a single role can define a career, the Deadpool franchise, with its unique blend of action, self-aware humor, and Ryan Reynolds' undeniable charisma, had reached a level of success that seemed almost untouchable. The franchise's success had made it a global phenomenon. Then a storm began to brew, a controversy that threatened the very foundations of this success story. This controversy, a tale of behind-the-scenes drama and shifting public perceptions, centered on Blake Lively, a highly respected actress whose relationship with Reynolds, once seen as a symbol of Hollywood success, now appeared to be in a state of crisis. What actions, what decisions, and what resulting consequences had led Marvel Studios, a behemoth in the entertainment industry, to take the unprecedented and, for a star of Reynolds' caliber, unthinkable step of filing a lawsuit against him? Prepare to be captivated by a narrative that delves deep into the complex interplay of celebrity, public opinion, the power dynamics of the film industry, and the potentially devastating consequences of a high-profile dispute. And before we dive into the story, make sure you subscribe and like the video. Your support helps us create more content like this. We would also love to hear your thoughts. What do you think is going to happen?
I think the idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.
The initial whispers of trouble, the first inklings that all was not as it seemed, did not arise on the set of a Marvel film, a place renowned for its tightly controlled productions and carefully cultivated narratives. Instead, the origins of the developing controversy, the first seeds of the brewing storm, began to take root surrounding a separate standalone film project. This was a film that Blake Lively had, at one point, joined with considerable enthusiasm and anticipation. The film's director, an individual known for creating stories that are emotionally compelling, had been granted substantial creative control. The director served not only as a co-writer, but also as a producer, and even had a prominent role in the film's cast, affording them a significant level of influence. This multifaceted involvement meant that the director had sway over nearly every facet of the film's development, including, and perhaps most crucially, the film's intended overall creative vision, a key point of contention that would eventually contribute to a widening rift. This film was supposed to provide opportunities to further Lively's career. It was meant to strengthen her brand.
I mean, I internalized that as opportunity. We had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to deliver something for a passionate group of people.
Yes.
As someone who is so deeply passionate myself, I was so excited about that. I would so much rather have that than people who are indifferent.
Blasé.
Early reports and rumors indicated that tension and disagreement began to surface between Lively and the director. There was no immediate conflict. However, as the project progressed, the disagreements began to manifest. The disputes, according to people close to the production, were primarily focused on script revisions, the marketing and promotional strategy that would be implemented in the lead-up to the film's release, and most significantly, the film's overall creative direction. Sources reported that Lively expressed a growing dissatisfaction with the project, expressing a feeling that the film was evolving in a direction that did not fully align with her own artistic vision, which eventually led to a divide. These disagreements were more than creative differences, but rather a clash of principles.
We always tease each other. He was, after I gave birth, he was like, oh my gosh, if I lost you and I, went to the park with our 3 kids, I mean, think of the ladies I could. This is a horrible thing to say. And he's like, I've got a long list. And I was like, oh really? Because I just have one on my list. I don't have anyone on my list.
And then it wasn't funny anymore.
No, it's so much more of a burn. He's like, wait, who? And I was like, think of someone. Bob Newhart, I don't know.
Then came the turning point, the emergence of text messages. These communications, which were said to be attributed to Blake Lively, proved to be a pivotal juncture. These messages provided a new piece of evidence, and they seemed to point the finger at the director, alleging that the director had engaged in certain behaviors. Some of the messages also implied that the director had been working to manipulate media outlets to portray Lively negatively.
But I was like just tracking him down, and then finally got to read the script, and the script was a thriller. So that was a little confusing to me because he's like such a funny director.
Yeah.
And so I said, what is this? Because the script is definitely like a twisting, turning, intense thriller. Is it a comedy or a thriller? And he said, yes. So then every day on set, I was like, is today a comedy or is it a thriller?
It's a good mix
and
of
it's
both.
like, yeah, it's like really kind of over the top and campy and trashy and fun and like, kind of like my outfit, I guess.
A lot of it's my real life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some.
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which
except
one?
it's just-
Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
And tons of like Bodhi, which is with a suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I borrowed
that's
it.
his suit?
It was meant for him to wear, but it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
The situation was also similar to what happened in the Amber Heard case. The legal battle took a major turn. This led to a decline in support. The comparison raised serious concerns. As the story unfolded, the focus gradually shifted to Ryan Reynolds and the potential implications for his future with the Deadpool franchise.
Well, it was harder to acquire a drug addiction in Canada.
Have you tried though? I mean, did you really give it a go? I mean, you got to commit to
No.
these things.
No, Hollywood was, my experience would obviously differ from a lot of other people's, but I found it to be a struggle. It's difficult, but it's difficult moving to any city. I didn't have a lot of friends or anything like that, so I immediately tried to immerse myself into that improv community in Los Angeles.
I mean, I internalized that as opportunity. Like we had such a responsibility to this audience to deliver something and to have the opportunity to deliver something for a passionate group of people.
Yes.
As someone who is so deeply passionate myself, I was so excited about that. I would so much rather have that than people who are indifferent.
Blasé.
The impact was felt as well. The concern was about the Deadpool brand. If you're enjoying this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give the video a like to show your support. Also, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section.